Big Shrek fan. But as we take a look on this October morning, kind of a recap of September, our average high for the month was 83. We were actually below normal for the month of September as far as temperatures are concerned. We only had 3 inches or just a little over 3 inches of rain at the Chattanooga airport, which was not as much as we would typically see during September, so running a little bit of a deficit. We had 3 90-degree days, and here's a look at your temperature spread. It was as warm as 94 on the 21st and as cool as 46 degrees on the 28th. So that's just a quick little September recap, but we are starting off October on a cool note. It's 44 in Altamont, 46 in Dayton, 54 in Blue Ridge. So if you're heading out this morning, a jacket, a cardigan, a hoodie, probably going to be your best friend because it is a little on the cool side, but we are still tracking the remnants of what was Hurricane Ian, now moving into portions of the Piedmont of North Carolina. Most of that rain is starting to fade away just simply because dry air started to wrap around the backside of the system, kind of eating away at most of the precipitation. And here locally, well, as you can tell, not a whole lot of green showing up on the radar, which means we're going to be dry. It is going to be a bit breezy today. We could have gusts as high as 20, maybe even 25 miles per hour by this afternoon. So very similar to what we had on Friday. In your future cast, there's not going to be a whole lot to talk about. So we're basically in that pattern where we're going to have dry conditions pretty much through maybe next weekend, even beyond, and also cool mornings and warm afternoons. That's pretty much going to be the trend each and every day. However, it is going to start to warm up a little bit next week. We could be talking 80s again. Notice by Monday morning, still pretty cool out there. The greens typically represent 50s and 40s, and those nice oranges represent 70s and 80s. So it is going to be a pretty nice week ahead. Really no substantial rain chances or really no major weather systems coming our way over the next couple of days, maybe even weeks. In fact, the precipitation outlook for the first couple of weeks of October favoring drier than normal conditions pretty much for the entire southeast. And with the dry weather recently, we're starting to see abnormally dry conditions show back up across southeast Tennessee and portions of North Alabama. So that's certainly a trend that we're going to watch pretty closely, especially with no rain in the forecast. I do expect these drought conditions to start to expand across North Georgia and Northeast Alabama as well. And here's a look at that 6 to 10-day temperature outlook. Yeah, that blue, that represents below normal temperatures. So there is a pretty good chance of that coming back into the picture after this next cold front passes by the end of next week. And with the cooler temperatures and shorter days, that means fall foliage is returning. Starting to see that along the spine of the Appalachians into western North Carolina. Typically here in the valley, we're not going to see that peak until later in October, but it's certainly something to look forward to. There's some good drives across the Tennessee Valley, especially in some of the higher elevations that you can go to probably within the next week or so and really start to see some of that fall color popping because we are getting cooler. And of course, with those days getting shorter, that typically helps that transition. So as we take a look at your 7-day forecast, again, Angela, just plenty of sunshine, not a lot to talk about, but we could be talking 80s Wednesday into Thursday. So going to be great weather to get out and about.
Yeah, and we live in a great area when these fall colors do change, Clay. So it's going to be really, really pretty as it starts to happen. But